Good afternoon, LaShonda here. I am a mother of two. I am a hairstylist and I run a health and wellness business. I want to come on here and share something today about when God carries you. I just got finished watching a video of a top leader in the company that I'm in. And she was pretty much congratulating her team and for all their hard work. And she also said that without them, she wouldn't be where she is. And from that, I took, going to make this into an example of life. You go through a lot of things in life, and the good, the bad, the ugly. And sometimes when it's ugly, it's very ugly. But if you have ever been through anything bad or ugly, are you still alive? Are you still living? And if your answer is yes, then that means God has carried you through it. Whether you realize it or not, whether you believe that you did it all in your own strength, God carried you through it. God has carried me through a lot in my life. And if I was to tell my story, you probably wouldn't think that it was a lot, but for me it was a lot because it was something unexpected. And it was something that I never knew that I would have to go through in my lifetime. And I didn't know how I was going to get through it. And when you're going through stuff, you confide in people, and people can always tell you it's going to be all right, things going to be okay. You just got to trust, you just got to believe. And that is so true. But if you don't have the belief in yourself that you can, or if you know that you don't trust God enough to say that I'm going to get through this, not by my own strength, but by God's strength. And go through things, you never go through things alone. There are always people with you to push you, to encourage you. And I had a lot of that during my ugliness of life. And I thank God for those people. I thank God for my family. I thank God for my friends because they encourage me all the way through. And that goes hand in hand with business as well. You can't run a business by yourself. You have to have help. You have to have help. And if you don't have help, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get drained. You're going to start becoming overwhelmed. And once you start to become overwhelmed, then you feel like you can't do this anymore. You can't and you don't want to. But when you depend on the man above for any and everything, he will never steer you wrong. He will never leave you. So if you have made it this far, just know that God has carried you through it. And in my business, I'm not going to say it's not going the way that I want to, but I know when you're in a business, it takes time. I've been doing hair now for almost 20 years. And I feel like now I'm finally at a place to where things are consistent and that I'm able to, make ends meet. I'm able to just make it and have a little bit left over. But you don't always just want to have just enough. You want to have more than enough. And I know the only way that I can get to that place again in my new business is that this time, because I'm wiser and I have a lot more knowledge, I depend on God. I don't depend on people to come into my business and make it work for me. I depend on God to make it work for me. I depend on God to bring those people to me. And I've had to learn that, and I give an example. I have people who reach out to me who may be interested in the business or may be interested in the products. And then once I start to speak to them about it, I hear nothing else from them. And I've had to learn that, if it's for them, they'll come back. And if not, then it just wasn't never meant to be. They weren't willing to put in the work, or they weren't willing to invest in themselves to make themselves feel better, or to make themselves look better. Because we all have something that we feel like doesn't look right on us, or we don't feel good on the inside. But in order to get those things accomplished, you have to want better for yourself, and you have to do the work. You have to. And I know in my life and in my business, I have to do the work. And it all starts with me as a person. Because people look at you every day, and people may look at you and think that, oh, you just have it together. Looks can be deceiving. Because even though I may look like I may have it all together, or I talk with so much sense and so much knowledge, I didn't just get to this place. I got to this place with trial and error. And I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful that I'm able to be on the scope today, speaking of life and a little bit about my business. And I've told myself that I wanted to do more scopes, that I wanted to come on here and share with others, about my life and help others along with their lives. And one of them particular is going to be about abused women who are in an abusive relationship, or who just came out of an abusive relationship. That's not easy. It's not. And because I can speak on it, I speak on it because I've experienced it. And I may not have experienced it to the extent that some people have, but I have. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a good look. And going through something like that, if you don't change it, you will always be stuck at that place. You will always be in that particular situation. And when you stay, you're going to start to feel defeated. You're going to start to feel depressed. You're going to start to feel like you're not worthy. And that is not what God has for you. That is not what God has brought you onto this earth for. Yes, you're going to have pain. Yes, you're going to have hurt. But when it's somebody else is causing it on you, that is not God's will. It's not. And I just wanted to just speak on that and just say that if you or you know someone who is going through that, don't you give your opinion, but most of all, you listen. Don't ever tell someone to leave their relationship. Don't ever tell someone something that you have no knowledge of. Don't ever tell someone to do something that you probably wouldn't do yourself. But you don't know unless you have been in that situation. But just listen. Just be an open ear. Because the more you talk about it, the better you feel. And the more you talk about it, you can find yourself drifting more and more away from that present relationship. It's a day-to-day process. But you have to be willing to work on that process each day. And that goes with an abusive relationship, that goes with business and life within itself. You have to work on you daily. And my daily work on myself is making sure that I read a scripture every night. And right now I'm in Psalms. And some days, yes, I do get sidetracked, but I always try my best to pick back up the very next day. Because that has really helped me in my day-to-day life. And because I know I need it, because I know when the hard times come, when the bad times come, because they will come, I won't get discouraged. I won't get worried. Because those scriptures that I'm reading has been internalized in me, because I'm reading and I'm gaining more knowledge. And I will know how to handle certain situations when they come up. But I just want to come on here and just, share a little bit of that, because life is something else. And if I can help someone in any way to get through a certain situation, I'm all for it. I'm not here to judge. I'm only here to help. And I want to be able to help those who want the help and who needs the help. But you have to want it first. You have to really, really dig deep down and just know that you want change. And always know that change starts with you. Because once you start to change, then the things around you will start to change, or you will start to look at things differently. And then people will start to look at you differently. And especially when you are in an abusive relationship, you have to change. We always tend to pray for other things or other people, but most of all, we need to pray for ourselves. Ask God to, Lord, change me from the inside out. And I learned that going through my situation, and that came to me through a book I purchased, and I read it. And the book is Having a Mary Spirit in a Martha's World. And when I read that part of changing me first, that resonated with me so much, and I held on to that. And because I held on to that and I spoke that over me every day, I was able to finally get out of that abusive relationship. Nobody deserves to be treated that way. When you know you should be treated a certain way, when you know you are treating people good and they're not treating you good, it's a problem. And you need to get down to the root of the issue. But it all starts with you. And just always put you first. Put you first. You have to. And just believe in God. Read His Word. Talk to Him. The same way you talk to people, you talk to Him. Because God is always listening. He's always looking. He already knows how your day is going to end up before you even wake up the next day. And just know that He will always carry you through. God will carry you through any situation. It doesn't matter what it is. And so I just want to come on here and just share that, because it really just touched my spirit with the video that I listened to, with the video I was watching. And I said, let me go on here and share this revelation that I just received. And I'm going to start doing that more often, because I know when I read things or I listen to certain things begin to resonate with me, and I want to share with others that whatever I have learned for that day or in that moment. But just always know God will carry you through whatever it is. And I know that God will continue to carry me through my business, because I promised myself I will never give up on my business, because I know how long it took me in my hair business to get to where I am, and I know it's going to take me time with my health and wellness business. But I just want to come on here and share that, and just know that it's okay. It's okay to go through trials. It's okay to go through the storms. And if you make it out, just know that God carried you through it. Don't give up on yourself. And if you have kids, don't ever give up on your kids. I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care what it looks like. Don't give up. Make it all right for you, and you can make it all right for your kids, and you can make it all right for everybody else. So that is my word for today. And if I have anything else today, I'll definitely come back on here and share. But if you want to know more about me, or you need to get in contact with me, go to my Facebook page, which is LaShonda Lurks. It's LaShawndalurks. And if you want to know more about my business, go onto my YouTube page. I have videos speaking about my business. Or if you have any questions, like I said, go on my Facebook page, leave a message, and I will respond as soon as I can. Have a blessed day.